Well, what a bunch of rotters we are, and our anti-Scottish articles.
Well, you said it, Poundland Penny, not me. Now, that was in yesterday's Business of the House meeting in the House of Commons. And guess which SNP MP rubbed up our super sword holder the wrong way again?
A new year, a new Tory civil war, just what the UK needs. Talk of doom loops, massacres and extinctions. If only her party had listened to her the last time she wooed them for leadership. She warned them that if they voted for the former Chancellor as leader, it would, quote, murder the party. Now, I know that the leader is furiously busy with all her Minister for Clickbait responsibilities. Those anti-Scottish articles and sneering videos don't write themselves, Mr. Speaker, but as her government grinds, punch-drunk and exhausted to an election, shouldn't we debate some of the key legacies of the last 14 years of Tory rule? Where to start, Mr. Speaker? There are still these scandalously unresolved scandals like infected blood, waspy women and Post Office Horizon, to name a very few. But has the leader had time to reflect on recent comments from Sir Michael Marmot, the Professor of Public Health at UCL? He said about Britain in 2024, we're now starting to suffer from Victorian diseases again. Britain has become a poor country with a few rich people. It is now worse to be poor in Britain than European countries. Poor people in Britain now have a lower income than poor people in, for example, Slovenia. Or perhaps cast your eye over the latest Joseph Rowntree report, which reports more than 1 in 5 people in poverty in 2021-22, with about 6 million in very deep poverty that same year. Not managed it yet? Unsurprising, perhaps. The Tories opposite seem genuinely untroubled by poverty in the UK. My colleagues and I have asked them many times about it, and their eyes just glaze over. Comfortable, I guess, with the choices they've made, as the PM has said. Perhaps, though, we should start with our Tory legacy debates with an emerging threat. The Electoral Commission chair warned recently her government's strict new rules on voter ID risk excluding certain voter groups and leave the Conservative Party open to the charge of bias. Now, I and many others have thought for some time this was simply an attempt at voter suppression from her government. So, does she agree with her erstwhile cabinet colleague that the new Tory rules are, as he put it, simply an attempt at gerrymandering? And will she bring a debate on this important issue to the House before the next general election?
Well done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, what a bunch of rotters we are, and our anti-Scottish articles. It appears that the Honourable Lady is planning to follow in the footsteps of many a great Antipodean election guru by this brilliant new strategy to equate the criticism of the SNP's performance with criticism of Scotland itself. The latter is a landmass of approximately 30,000 square miles, populated by brilliant, creative, stoic people. The former is a ramshackle separatist movement full of people who have turned maladministration into an art form. There is just one tiny flaw in this new political tactic from the SNP. If we Conservatives dislike Scotland so much, for some reason the Honourable Lady never gets round to explaining, why on earth would we strive so hard to keep it part of the Union of the United Kingdom? Why would this Conservative government give Scotland the largest funding settlement it has ever had? Why would we have offered its citizens who were waiting for NHS treatment additional help and options, which the Scottish government turned down? If I wanted to do Scotland down, Mr. Speaker, I would join, donate and campaign for the SNP, who I might point out to them that the trailblazer for bringing back Victorian diseases to Britain is Glasgow. Watching the Honourable Lady's in action and her party is like watching your much-loved neighbourhood being clobbered by a bunch of gangsters. Let's call them the hole in the budget gang. Hitting businesses, taking your cash, making your life a misery and keeping the local police force very busy. This new political strategy from the SNP, like everything else they do, will fail.
Sorry for the silly appearances during the back and forth. Well, it is Friday, so I just thought I'd have a bit of fun and I just got a little bit carried away. But you lot will know what failure looks like after 14 years of Tory rule and grill, won't you, Poundland Penny? Also, yes, it was our Deidre Brock that rubbed up another Tory the right way again. It just must be a gift, eh? Now, I don't know who's right and wrong in these weekly ding-dongs between these two, and they do have some ding-dongs because I don't live in Scotland, but after 14 years of salting the earth, I don't think you rotters are in the best place to criticise other governments, are you, Penny? But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Have a fantastic weekend and take care, my friends.